GM, just looking through today's trades. Hey Wizard, how's it going? Nice to have you on. Just going over the last few trades I've made over the past week with Stonksy. So just a little rundown. I had two trading accounts, Blowfin and Mexi, and I put around $3,600 between the two accounts, and I've got the portfolio value up to over $9,000. It's been bouncing between 9 and 10,000. So really happy with it. Actually managed to essentially triple the account in a week just using Stonksy. Can't complain with it. Stella Jennings, GM, first time in this one. Yeah, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. I really struggle to get videos out, to be honest. So it's nice to even get some newcomers in when I manage to get them live. I'll do my best to make them more frequent. But if there's any token pairs you want me to take a look at, feel free. But I'll just run through some of my trades, the positions, and then I'll go into the charts and see what Stonksy's saying for today. So I'm just running through each trade now. Bitcoin, really aggressive leverage, so I would not ever recommend anyone to be this reckless with leverage, but with Bitcoin, I'm comfortable in very high leverage because I know it takes significant volume to actually liquidate me, and I'm happy to sit underwater. And when I entered this trade, I was underwater for a couple of days in a number of them. My account was really down, but they were swing trades, and I was confident with where the market was going. So it started to play out. So my margin was $431. So it's a big trade, 0.18 BTC. So it's well over a 10k trade. Can't remember the exact math right now, but I'm only putting $431 margin down, but it gives me nearly 20% of a Bitcoin exposure, and this is $800 up now, 169%, which is really good. I'm happy with it, to be honest. It's been fluctuating between $1,000 profit and back down to $850, $700. Solana, now I've been bullish on Solana for a long time and I hold spot, but I wanted to get a little more exposure to it. So I used $400 there on 16x leverage, which it's pushing it with Sol. It's quite high leverage, and that's paying off now. That's probably percentage-wise the best performing trade. We're up 270% essentially, so $1,300 profit at the moment. Now the ETH trade, kept it super low leverage. Well, low for me, a 3x. So I'd find that quite hard to be liquidated in a day with that. So put down a quarter of an ETH as my margin. So at the time, ETH was, I think, just under 4k. I can't remember now. 3,800. There we go. My average price. So call it $1,000 pretty much. Just a bit less. That's up 55%, and bagging nearly 0.14 of an ETH in profit. Again, really happy with that one. My Pepe one, you can see I had $38 left, and I just wanted to get a bit of exposure to Pepe. It's pretty much bouncing around break even. And then my Sui trade. So this has been my bad trade actually. It was really underwater at one point. I entered all these. I can show you actually all the history. So I entered them all pretty much the same day on the 8th. It's not letting me scroll anymore. But there you go. On the 8th of through the 7th of this month, and it was hundreds of dollars underwater. It's coming back up towards my entry, still 12% down and $55 down. But I'm confident in Sui. I think if ETH breaks its all-time high, everything else is going to run. So happy sitting on that Sui at the moment. yeah, it's $400 margin at 4x leverage, so $1,600 in the trade. So that's then my trades over on Lowfin. Thank you, Firewatch. I hope I can get gains like this every day, then I can retire. Yes, the trader. Thanks for tuning in. By the way, really appreciate everybody tuning in. I know I don't do this often, and the reason I do it is just to show how good this indicator is. Like, I'm a trader myself, and I've come across something really cool. So my goal here is just to share with others how it's going. So I really appreciate you tuning in. Yes, please, Stella, smash the likes. Indeed, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, the trader, you're right. Stonksy is the beast. Like I've traded for many years, and since I've got this, something's changed anyway. I've just had way more conviction with my entries, when to take profits, but especially entry finding was my hardest thing. Like I'd use other indicators like market cipher. I'll show it on my next screen in a minute, to get an idea of momentum. And I'd be right in the long term, but finding the perfect entry time was really hard, and Stonks is amazing at that. So if I do go underwater with a trade, it's for very little time versus what I used to. Should post these ideas also in the Stonksy Discord. Yeah, you know what? I'll start to do that. I think I may have mentioned, or maybe it was on a live stream with Dave. I commented when I was going long aggressively, but yeah, I'll put them in the Discord in future as well. Just so you all know what I'm doing. Obviously, don't follow what I'm doing. I'm just a stranger on the internet trading crypto with high leverage, but yeah, I'll definitely, as part of the journey, share it all with you for sure in the Discord. I'll pop over to Mexi now. You see my little buy here on ETH. So I did 5x leverage here, and I put down, what was my margin? $871 on a 5x, so just under a $5,000 trade. And yeah, that's percentage wise again, 175% and $1,500 in profit. So yeah, it's phenomenal really how it's been moving. I can show it better on TradingView, but what piqued my interest in it as well as what Stonksy was saying on this is the daily chart, and you can hold way more weight on what goes on in the longer time frames on the charts. And this looks like it's not perfect, but you see this. I'll do it on TradingView with a drawing tool. It's like a giant W forming on the daily chart. This little blue line here, it's not super clear, I know, but this is like the target if the W plays out up at 5.5k. So I'm thinking of taking some profits off the table at 5.4 maybe. May end up doing so a little earlier depending on how the market goes. But I'll jump over to TradingView now to have a look at what Stonksy's saying right now. But yeah, overall, like on both accounts, I've got the Mexi up account up to about $2,400. The Blowfin account up to is bouncing around 6.87k dollars. So yeah, really happy with these performances so far. I'll jump over to TradingView now, if you give me a minute. If anyone's got any questions, by the way, feel free to ask them in the comments. I've not got much of a plan for this stream. I'm just filling some time before Dave comes on, and yeah, just kind of freestyling it really. So please, if there are any questions or anything interesting to look at, I'll take a look. Give me a second, I'll just bring up TradingView now. There we go. Getting my trading view up now. It's in a different browser, hence it's taking a while. There we go. Hope that's clear. So you can just see here, Stonksy smashed it on the 1 hour with Bitcoin. I'll see if I can take these bands off to make it a bit easier to read. Where can I find that? Channel. Don't show channel. There we go. The channel tool, by the way, I wouldn't usually have it off. I find it really helpful for entries and exits as well. It seems to follow them quite well. Any coins or setups you are looking at? So I've got actually a list of really sketchy out there altcoins, which I am looking to get positions in. I can go through some of them shortly. Off the top of my head, things like Destra, Tau, I'm liking AVAX, Clearpool, Pengu as well. So the Pudgy Penguins token. The reason behind that, so CryptoPunks, the NFTs are absolutely flying. I think they're over $200,000 now. It's hard to get exposure to them. Pudgy Penguins are flying. They're tens of thousands of dollars to buy, and it's quite a reputable NFT project. So the token for that, Pengu, I think is a good way to get exposure to the NFT market. But I'll run through some. I know it's tight for time. Dave's coming on in 10, so I will jump off before that. But I'll try and look at some before I wrap this up for sure. So yeah, Bitcoin looking healthy, still holding long on the hourly. Now, what I like to trade on and find entries, it's a 5-minute strategy or a 6-minute strategy where it's just look at a background change, then wait for the confirmation. And you know what? It's actually incredible. If you have time just to either set your alerts up or even be watching this. Like, I've just literally pulled up the Bitcoin chart on the 5 minutes and look at Stonksy, how good it is. There's not a losing trade here. So look, with this strategy anyway, so you wait for the background change. So wait for the confirmation. So this is telling us things are short. This bearish triangle is saying, okay, go short. And look at this move down. Like, I know you're never going to catch anything perfectly. Look, so you do, there's 2.25% there in, what's that, a few hours max. It's really impressive. And you know, on 10x leverage, that's 20%. So this can really rack up if you just scalp it. And here again, green, yes, it eventually closed around break even, but you had all of these opportunities here to take profit. And I guarantee this was lining up the bands, but you also have key levels of support and resistance here, which are being drawn out for you by Stonksy. So, you know, there's a few chances here to take the profit. For instance, here, this double top, this will have been a key level drawn out by Stonksy. It's turned green now, it's probably red at the time. And then look at the momentum here, it's a lower low. So you had a bearish divergence around the key level. So there's plenty of signs to take your profit there. And then look at this, you know, what time was this? This morning, UK time, we had a bearish confirmation. If you entered here, you'd have been underwater for a little bit, but not by much at all. And if you held on to your trade, you'd be sitting in a profit now. And it's amazing how you can just nearly open any chart and see how Stonksy works. Did you change your settings on the confirmation arrow or leave it? That's a good question, and I can't specifically remember the answer. I know I did change them, and it was based on what Save with Crypto had his settings at. He did a video, and he's mentioned this strategy a few times, and he did change the settings. Now, I can just look at it. There we go. Settings. bullish, bearish arrow settings. Here you go. So I'm sure this was changed from the default. So my sensitivity is 8. My confirmation period is 1. Now the logic behind that for me was that there's no logic. I just copied what Save with Crypto did, because I saw him explaining this strategy on the 5-minute and the 6-minute time frame. And when I saw it working, I tested it myself a few times, and I thought, okay, don't know why it works, but I'm doing it. So let's just hop over to the 6-minute, take another look at it working here. So not done as well. Actually, no, it has. So look, again, you got a bearish confirmation here. We went underwater for a little bit, and you came down to a key level here drawn out by Stonksy. That's a good time to take profit if you're scalping. And ideally, trading on the 5 and 6 minute time frame. If you're ignoring the larger time frames, you do need to be TPing at these key levels. Again, here you did go up. You came underwater a little bit, but like I said before, there's a few chances here to take profit at these key levels. And look, double top, much lower low in the oscillator. That's with market cipher. Stonksy has its own oscillator now, which I do need to get going on. So yeah, let's take a look at Solana, because that's been absolutely flying, and I'm really bullish on it. So let's see. I like looking at the 5-year charts. Find that. Never mind. So let's look at that. So there you go again. So Stonksy in the 5 minutes not really been doing anything since yesterday afternoon. However, if you just wait for this strategy to come through, we're on the 5 minute here. Again, look at that. We go bullish, green background, green confirmation triangle, and boom, just phenomenal trade. What is the gain there? That's stupid. So let's see, you got the worst entry possible here, and all the way up, that's 14%, so 10x leverage. That's 140%. Pretty wild. So yeah, fantastic indicator. So coins I'm looking at, I'll just quickly show you. So Destra is what I'm really keen on. Look at the crypto. So I like this. It's in the AI narrative. I think AI is going to blow up with crypto because it's way in mainstream. Now, there's quite bullish signals happening here on the daily. Stonks is not firing yet, but we've successfully closed above this 200 MA line now, and we need to stay above it. So let's see how this day pans out. It's like it could come down and retest it, but it's looking quite interesting. Like the money flow here has been negative all this time, and it looks like it's about to cross over the zero line into the positive territory. And the reason I like it because of the AI narrative. But if you look at previous all-time highs, where I believe this would go at the very least, there's a significant amount of gains to be had. So say you entered here, 200+% potential there just to reach previous all-time highs. And if you remember what the last bull market was like, it was absolute insanity. And I don't think we're going to stop at previous all-time highs. We really run with it. Tau was another one. So I hope these are any coins. Yeah, this is what you're asking, Stella. Other coins I'm looking at. It's a really messy W going on there, which it's quite interesting. It does look like it may have fell, but there's kind of another mini one forming here now, which could be very interesting. Again, similar to Destra, it's we've got a bull market coming if ETH smashes through its all-time high. A lot of it's depending on that. We're really pushing it now. it may break today. I thought it was going to be all-time highs yesterday, but let's see if it happens before the weekend. But again, if we get an entry down here, just to hit previous all-time highs is 86%. So even on spot, that's phenomenal. If you're crazy enough to do it with some leverage, 2 or 3x maybe, because these alts can just wipe you out at double-digit leverage. Even at single-digit, they move so much. But yeah, these are some of the coins I'm looking at. What else was there? Let me find one more. Pengu, that was it, what I mentioned before. So, Pengu. Yeah, look at that. That was perfect on the daily. Look at that. I'll go on about W's a lot. I'll draw it out for you. I just think they're so good. Really nice W reversal. And yeah, it broke the neckline. And that's what it needed to, completely fly. And yeah, it did touch previous all-time highs. So that's what I'm looking for these other tokens to do as well. They do have less attention than things like Pengu. But yeah, I think Pengu's still got some way to go. I'll look at it on the 5 and 6 minutes, see if Stonksy's been making any good calls with it. Yeah. Alright, 2 minutes. I'll jump off in 2 minutes because Dave, the pro at this, is going to be going live on the Stonksy channel. And he can tell you how great Stonksy is himself. Yeah, Stonksy's not been smashing it as much here, but it's still working. So we had a red background here, bearish confirmation, and then underwater a little bit, but now we're down here. And there was this key level drawn out to let you know this is a TP level. Again, previous to that, so last night we had a bullish confirmation. Breaking even, came underwater a little bit, but then look at that again, another W. And we broke up to these kind of 2 chances here to take some good profits. I think that's key. I wouldn't always wait for Stonksy to change colour. I'd really use the support and resistance lines drawn out by Stonksy. The bands in the channels that they have that I switched off before. There's loads of things in this indicator to let you know to take the profit. And yeah, it's really good. Like this one, you ended up pretty much breaking even on it. Plenty of chances to break even. Or a little loss. It's not going to fire every single trade in a profit, but it wins most of them, which is really good. Let's check the hourly. Hourly's always interesting. Okay, smashed it here again on the hourly. So it's good to look at Stonksy on all time frames. I really like it on the 5 and 6 minute to really time my entries, and if I have time to scalp. But yeah, fantastic indicator. And yeah, like I say, got a few $1,000s profit up this week. It's like one of the first weeks I had it where I did like $10,000 in a week. That was unbelievable. And yeah, when I get the time to use this indicator, I really benefit from it. So if you haven't tried it out, there is a link in the description below. It's a great way to support the channel and let me know that you guys want me to keep doing these videos. But yeah, I'll jump off now because I know Dave will be coming live. But really appreciate you all tuning in, and thank you everyone for watching Crypto Coffee Club.